Okay, we've just had some trees delivered, this time from Habitat Aid, so I'm going to bring them round and get them open. Looks kind of like a body, so I hope nobody walks past. Let's have a look. Once I put these scissors down, I literally never see them again. So yeah, they're gone. So in here I have got some elder, some hazel, some crab apples and a field rose. I had a bit of a pickle getting it all unpacked after I misplaced my scissors. I literally had to go get a pair from inside. I have no idea what happened to that there. Must not put these down. So as you can see, this whole bundle of trees came completely bundled in with a load of damp straw, which is completely different to how the previous set of trees that I ordered came. They were just sort of loose with a little bag around the root ball with just some compost in there. So I just thought I'd show you the different ways that bare root trees can be delivered. So I decided to start with the field rose because it was one of them, and that was a lot less overwhelming than opening a bundle of 5 trees and finding space for them. So this is just showing you what a bare root field rose looks like. Okay, that's one down, 14 to go. I'm losing the light, so I'm going to get as much done as I can, but I won't get them all done, so I'll pack them back into this damp straw and leave them in the stables and come out first thing in the morning and get it finished. Looks like a scarecrow horror movie. Good morning. So it's a few days later. I did come out and plant the rest of those trees. My mum's been here visiting, so she helped me out with that. So I'll show you what we've done, and I will show you what I've done wrong. See some of these behind me. We put these trees in. They've got a nice area of no grass around them. I've gone in and planted some bulbs around the perimeter of those to try and create a bit of a barrier from the grass coming in. And then there's a good layer of mulch. But what I've not done is anything like that on some of the trees in here. So I'm going to come back in and fix that. When I put the field rose in yesterday, I did dig out a good sized patch of no grass and made sure that I mulched it with some compost and then watered it in. Whereas when I put the rest of these in, I was in a rush and I just dug up literally enough space to put the root ball in and then filled it all back in over the top, which is what you can see here. So as you can see with these ones, I've barely cleared away any grass. We literally just dug a big enough hole and then put it all back in on top. Which I think the grass is just going to compete too much for moisture with these trees. They're young trees, and I think that's really going to cause a problem. So what I'm going to do is go grab the strimmer and very, very, very carefully take the grass down a bit out here, which I should have done before. And then I think I'm going to grab some cardboard to lay just in this whole general area over this grass, and throw some mulch down on top of the whole lot, and try to smother out this grass. And then I will do a similar thing that I did to the trees in that field, and plant something to give a barrier, whether that be a rising barrier or just something to compete with the grass while these trees are still young, around the edge of that mulch layer, so it gives the trees a really good chance to get some established roots. Okay, so I'm going to go and grab the strimmer and some cardboard and some mulch now and show you how far I get today, and then maybe in the next video I'll do an actual walk around and summarise what we've even done out here so far, because it's been quite a lot of progress in the last week. So I'll do an update of what we've actually put in and what's yet to come. In an ideal world, I would want some wood chips or something to mulch over those. Don't have any wood chips. What I do have is a load of piles of old dried out hedge clippings from the brambles and the blackthorns and the hawthorns, and I also have one of these, that little blue box. So in another ideal world, I would bring it out, but these big long wooden thingies have arrived and I can't lift them and I can't get the door open more than this. So I'm gonna have to do a few trips and carrying stuff in and out, but so be it. Let's see how it goes. I actually had never used that before, and I think that went quite well, but I should probably have a look inside before I decide if it worked well or not. I mean, like, it's not like tiny shredded. In fact, there's still some pretty big bits in there. I didn't know how it would deal. So they're not, I think this works a lot better with bigger bits of wood, but obviously this is what I've got, and I was just going to go and throw this out there as it was, so this is doing a better job than that by making them smaller. But I might stop bothering with the tiny bits because they're just falling through and wasting my time. So I'll run the big bits through here and then go throw them out onto those trees. It's not going to be pretty, but it's using something that I would otherwise have to get rid of. In the summer we had so many hedge clippings because this whole place was completely overgrown, and we were burning them, which just felt like such a waste, you know? So at least this way they're getting some use. I think at the very least this will make it a lot easier to break down on a compost pile, so yeah, I'm happy with it. this is about the texture of what's coming out. So it's not bad. What I'm going to do now is go on a bit of a forage around the land and try and find some like branches and things that are big enough to be worth shredding, because the little bits are just going straight through, whereas the bigger bits are actually breaking down. So as you can see, we've got a load of crap lying around. So I'm going to go through and just grab the branches that look worthwhile shredding, get those shredded up, and then take it down there. So I did some big chunky branches and they've come out like this. So they look really good. So, but then if you put anything in there that's too big, it just doesn't do it. So it does really want like the perfect size of branch. But hey ho, I'm going to bang it all on anyway. I wouldn't use this as mulch on anything that I wanted to have my hands in. Like I'm not going to put it on my veggie beds because there's a lot of thorns in there. But for this, just to be a mulching layer that I'm going to leave alone, I think it might just work. It occurred to me once I had wheelbarrowed it all down there that we basically have this exact same thing sitting on the borders of all of our fields from when the farmers came with the flail mowers and just chopped it all back, and we didn't really move it from where it laid then. So I thought, why not just bring that in from the edges and use that as a mulching layer as well, so that nothing gets wasted. Well, I said it wouldn't be pretty, and it isn't pretty, but see how it does. What I could use now is a nice deluge to water this in. Some of this is a bit dry, and I don't want it to just blow away. So come on, Wales, do your thing. So hopefully this is enough to kill off that grass underneath, just to give the roots of these new trees a chance. We'll see. What I need to now do is come over and do the exact same thing with these hazels that are over this side. So I'm going to put the cameras down and get this finished. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will do a tour and give you a full update soon. Thanks guys.